Hello there. Tonight's brush is going to be my Ever Ready 100 with a 24 millimeter High Mountain White nod. And our soap tonight got a little sample tube or pill tube that it was sent to me in. It's going to be Body Shop's Macca Root cream. The razor that we'll be using tonight is a new DeLuxe. This razor originally was cold plated. You can see the copper cap and the brass handle. A little bit of gold left here. A little bit of gold left in a couple of other places. But it's basically brass and a more heavily copper-based brass. This is not brass. People call it brass, but it just looks a bit like brass. It is, from what I can tell from my investigations, a brass with a much higher copper content than the handle. And this is a DeLuxe, a new DeLuxe, and this is called a common bar handle. $5 at my local store. It's a short comb. It's a member of the new family, and it's a short comb. And the difference between the short comb and the long comb, hold on a minute. Side by side, this is my new long comb. If you look at the shape of the two combs, you can see a distinct difference. We put it down here where you can maybe see it a little better. See the difference in the combs? The long comb drops down a little bit more than the short comb does, and it's just a longer comb. So now I measured this top cap and this top cap. They are identical in look, in design, in size, width-wise, and I mean this is length, this is width. So I could take this cap, and I've tried it, and put it on this razor, and it would remain the same blade exposure and everything because they are identical. The reason I mention that is this razor, I didn't realize it when I got it, but the first few threads in the cap, when you begin to thread it into the handle, are stripped. And so it's snugging up right now. But there's a possibility that down the road, this cap will no longer tighten down. In that case, if I want to use a short comb, I'll just use the cap off of my long comb new. And if I want to use a long comb, I'll just change the base plate, basically switch it back and forth for base plate and handles and all that jazz. So, but anyway, this has, and they have a bit of overhang just like all the other Gillettes that you'll find, pretty much. That's never been a problem for me, but I've had a mustache since I was 14, so I don't shave that. So, but I'm using a Rapira Platinum Lux, brand new blade. Let me put my long comb away. So let's move on down now and start the shave. Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to empty this brush of most of its water, and I'm going to, if I can get down in there, and it looks like I might. I'm going to take my finger. I'm going to get me some soap, some cream. And I'm just going to bury that right there in the center of the knot. Just like you would do if you wanted a face lather or cream, basically. And then I'm going to just take it to my scuttle. And when I use a cream, I leave just a little bit of extra bit of water in the bottom of a scuttle or a bowl, because in my experience, it works out better. Most creams will lather really fast. And one of the common things about a cream, at least for me, is that it tends to lather so fast and so easily that I tend to get a lather that's not quite as hydrated as I think it should be. And I don't realize it because the cream lathers so well that it kind of fools me. So I always start with a little bit more water with a cream. That's, hey, whatever you want to do is fine. That's the way I do it. And you can see this is already blowing up into a really fantastic lather. The Macca Root, the Body Shop Macca Root cream is a lovely cream. It's fantastic as far as performance goes, that kind of deal. It has a unique scent, sort of a soapy, but there's a bitter, sharp plant type scent to it, which I am assuming is what the Macca Root smells like. Anybody that has used it knows exactly what I'm talking about, but it's hard for me to describe. But people either like it and don't mind the scent, or they just can't stand it. But it is, in no uncertain terms, a really fantastic performing, very slick, lovely cream. So, oh yeah. Let's see. I already have a comment, but I'm going to hold off until I finish this pass and get into the next one. Wonderful shaver though. And I like this blade so far. I forget which one it was, because there's 3 or 4 or maybe even 5 different Rapiras. But the one with the... Hold on, I'll show you. Just give me a minute. I tried these Rapiras, whatever these are. I cannot stand that blade. I know that everyone else that I've read just loves that blade. For me, it's duller than a nickel. It's just a really dull, crappy blade for me. Now that was a few months ago. So I may end up going back and trying them at some point and finding that things have changed like I did with the feather. So, but for now, what I know is I can't stand that particular Rapira. This Platinum Lux blade is nothing like that blade. They're completely different. And I like this Platinum Lux. Now, whether it will, how much longevity it will give me, that remains to be seen. That's lovely. Man, I love that scuttle. And this brush. I could do this all day just to stand here in front of the mirror and just do that right there. Be so overjoyed. I don't know what to say. But anyway, I've read on several forums that there's a difference between the short comb version of the news, which is what I have, and their long comb versions. I have to agree. In my opinion, this is a bit milder. At least to my face and neck. It seems to be. To me, this is right on the edge of, say, it's right lovely. It's real close to a DE89. Or, I'm sorry, the Maggot V3, which some people say is a clone of the DE89. I don't own a DE89. It may be. Just a hair more aggressive. But that would be hard to judge unless I had both razors side by side to compare. But it's lovely. It's a very smooth razor to shave with. Every bit as nice. You can tell that it's part of the new family of razors. That's BBS on my chin. I don't hardly ever get BBS on my chin. Right there, that's BBS. Now, you know me, I don't search for it. But I just got it with that blade. Now, I never get BBS here, except, you know, in a wild blue moon sometime by accident. But lovely, close, smooth shave. The Rapira is a good blade. Works wonderfully. The weight of the razor is really well balanced. Just a tad heavy on the head. I like the handle. It's a bit fatter than most Gillette handles. That's a really nice razor. If you run into one, pick one up. They're wonderful. Or for that matter, if you run into any kind of new, grab it. So, but lovely, lovely razor. And I'm going to top the Macca Root off with English leather. And the reason being, I know that it would be really hard to find something that matches the Macca Root, but there's a sharpness in this aftershave that reminds me of the sharpness that's in the Macca Root scent that's in this cream. So we're going to pair that bit of sting along this jawline. But other than that, nothing at all. Just lovely. All right. Thanks for joining me. I appreciate you. God bless you. And I'll talk to you later.